Folks, I can't tell you how many times I've heard, if I don't get my price, I'll just rent it. I'll get into that and then the latest home prices and insights for the City of Toronto for week ending August 21, 2024. Over the course of the summer, working with these buyer clients, we put in an offer on a property. We're negotiating back and forth. We couldn't reach an agreement, but the agent on the other side said, Santo, if the seller doesn't get their price, they're just going to rent it. I have heard that so many times. Well, fast forward to today. It's about a month and a week or so after we tried to purchase that home, and that agent has called us back and said, Santo, if your client has not purchased yet, resubmit the offer. So now they're open-minded to our offer. They weren't before. And I've received other calls recently from agents that had properties listed where over the course of the summer, we showed interest or we tried to buy for our buyer clients, and they're calling saying, hey, if your client has not purchased yet, let's see if we could negotiate something here, or resubmit your offer. Our client is more open-minded to that. That's the state of middle of August. That's the state of end of the summer. It's August 27 right now when we're filming this. And that's what's happening. It's the end of the summer and sellers have tried to sell. And when they first receive their offers, there's lots of confidence. There's, if I don't sell or if I don't get my price, I'll just rent it out. That expression is widespread, used by lots of listing agents. The financial reality, especially in this market, the percentage is extremely low of the sellers that actually have the option of either I sell it or I rent it. Very few sellers actually financially have that option. But the percentage that say it is extremely high. And you can see the results of it right now. They said it before because they were confident. Look, this is a really interesting market. You really have to have your pulse on what's happening out there. If you're receiving an offer on your property, really think long and hard in turning it down, because offers, they're not easy to come by these days. And especially with the market where it is now, lots of sellers are putting their hopes into the fall market. But you know, the fall market, if we get the volume of listings that we're expecting, that we seasonally happens, it also means you're competing with other sometimes desperate sellers, and you're a product of your environment. So really think long and hard if you're a seller and you turn down offers. To say, if I don't sell it or if I don't get my price, I'm just going to rent it. I'm not sure if that's fooling everybody, because when I say it to my buyer clients, when I say, hey, they said if they don't get their price, they're just going to rent it, and then we move on because we can't negotiate a price, and the seller comes back a month later and say, okay, we're ready to look at your price now. And I say that again now to my buyer clients, say, hey, remember the house we tried to buy? Well, they said they were going to rent it, but now they're looking at our offer if we want to resubmit. You know what my buyer client is thinking? Well, why would I go back with the same price now? They're going to come in at a lower price. So again, think long and hard before you turn down offers, because going back might not work out the way you think it's working out. Lots of people, lots of sellers putting their hopes into the fall market. No one knows for sure what's going to happen in the fall market, but I know lots of sellers are planning for a strong fall market. If you feel this video can help somebody you know, please pass it along. If you get value from what we're talking about, subscribe. And if you want to speak with me about your real estate situation, selling, buying, it's really simple. Up here, there's a link. Below this video in the description, there's a link to my calendar. Click on that, book a time that's convenient for you, and we'll talk about whatever's on your mind. Now, let's get into the numbers. Here we go, folks. The freehold market for the city of Toronto. What's going on with detached prices? We got detached, semis and towns, condos down here. We're not looking at the condo market in this show. We're going to be talking about condos for the whole GTA in tomorrow's show. I just put it here for reference, for price point. We're going to be focused on the freehold market just for the city of Toronto. So we're going to start off with detached properties for week ending August 21st. 93 detached properties were sold. 21 of those were at $2 million or more. 93, that's a low number. That's the kind of sales we do on long weekends or around Christmas, December, January time. So 93 sales are low, but it's also the end of August. It's, people coming back from holidays or just going on holidays. Focus is on back to school. This is typical many times the end of August. It's normally just not as low as the volume is right now. Sales are trending down. Average prices over the last 4 or 5 weeks seem to be trending up. Average sold price is now $1,731,1731. It's 10% higher than where we were this time a year ago. Looking at the median price is 1% higher than we were this time a year ago. Median price is 1.379. Now the dotted line, that's a 4-week moving average. And if we look at an average price, and again, just the dotted line, the 4-week moving average, for a while, prices were trending down. Now it's only been a few weeks, it seems like they're starting to creep up again. 93 were sold, 37% sold at list price or more. We were, for a while, hovering around high 40s, mid 50%. We're now at 37%. Listings, we listed 250 detached properties for week ending August 21. It's the same that we did the week before. Active listings, the amount of detached properties available for sale is up slightly from the previous week. Months of inventory jumped up. Active listings went up and sales went down. These are two opposing numbers. 4.6 is the months of inventory. Months of inventory has been trending up. Now, usually when months of inventory trends up, prices tend to come down. And we're seeing more available properties for sale. So the fact that prices have been going up here over the last few weeks, kind of not making sense with the way the fundamentals normally work. So let's see obviously we're going to see what happens over the next few weeks. But months of inventory going up, prices normally tend to come down. There's maybe a slight adjustment here. Here's Toronto broken down into 9 separate sections. Now, I'm going to go back actually. So 4.6 is headed towards the top end of a balanced market and getting closer to what we would call a buyer's market, but it's pretty much a balanced market right now when we're looking at detached properties for the city of Toronto. And when we break down Toronto into 9 different sections, and we look at each section here, Scarborough, 3.9, balanced market. York Mills, Rosedale, balanced market. East York, Riverdale, balanced market. Most neighborhoods actually have a balanced market. Weston, Yorkdale, is more of a buyer's market at 6.7. Willowdale, Bayview, more of a buyer's market at 8.2 months of inventory. So you will experience different types of markets in different parts of the city, but mostly it's a balanced market in most neighborhoods right now. Here's semis. 23 semi-detached were sold. Those numbers are trending down. 4 of those properties were at $1.5 million or more. Average sold price up from the previous week, now at $1,225,000. Prices generally, though, for semis have been trending down. Average sold price currently at 1,225 is 10% lower year over year. The median price of 1,150,000 is 9% lower year over year. The dotted line, the 4-week moving average, both for average and median, shows prices are trending down. Months of inventory climbing, now at 3.7. So months of inventory is climbing, average price trending down. Here's townhouses. Only 9 freehold townhouses were sold across the city of Toronto. It's hard to believe, isn't it? Only 9. There's not many freehold townhouses, even when we look back through the course of the year I have on the board here. I mean, our higher weeks are 24. 9 is just slightly, less than half of that. So 9 were sold. One of those was at 1.5 million or more. Average sold price is 1,134,000. 1,134. We've got some crazy numbers here. 8% higher. The median price of 1,215. 35%. It's really tough. I said 35% real quick because I don't want to focus on that number. It's really tough to kind of put a lot of accuracy in. Well, the numbers are accurate. It's just hard to put a lot of value into the numbers just because we're talking 9 sales only. Months of inventory now sitting at 5.2 months of inventory. Here's a quick summary of all the months of inventory. Pretty much a balanced market. In some neighborhoods, you will experience a buyer's market, but this is the end of August. We're shooting this video today. It is August 27. We're in the home stretch of the summer, and let's see what the fall brings. It's going to be really interesting no matter what. Lots of people have their expectations. Let's see which expectations are met and which are not. Thanks for watching. Have an awesome day.